So I'm just going to give everybody a couple minutes to hop on. It's been a long time since I've been on Facebook Live, and I just wanted to just reach out and just share a little bit about what I'm doing most recently and the amazing people that I'm meeting. One of the things that I always love, hey Shelly, it's great to see you. One of the things that I love is to teach people value. And I look for ways to teach value. And to me, the heart of being purely human and the heart of truly changing lives globally is that ability to teach value to people. Hey Jay, it's great to see you on here. Hey Nicole. And one of the things I'm doing right now is I'm developing a website called On Call Counseling. And the purpose of this website is for people like you who may not see a therapist or see a life coach, but is looking for some of the questions of life to be answered. And so this website is really going to answer life's biggest questions, anything from marriage to parenting, to divorce, to career, even anxiety, depression, or suicidal thoughts. I'm going to provide exercises for you to do, as well as experts to listen to, podcasts, videos, lectures, articles. There are so many things I'm going to be doing to offer to you to teach you value. But something I did tonight was a podcast interview. And I have to tell you, not too long ago, I really felt like, well, what's the point of a podcast? Like, why would I want to do them? You know, it just seems like, do I have to spend my time doing that in order to promote my business? And then I decided, you know what? It's not about me. The podcast isn't about me. It's about the person you're interviewing. It's not about the promotion of my business. It's about the lifting of this person and teaching them values. And tonight I had this amazing opportunity to interview Ken Harge. And Ken lives in Connecticut, and he is a songwriter, musician, playwright. He's an author, and he is doing amazing things in the name of men and the ability for men to express emotion, and how men are hindered in society to be able to say, hey, look, I'm hurt, or you really hurt my feelings, or I struggle from depression because I'm being I'm being pressured to fill all these rules, yet I can't express myself. And spending the last hour with Ken is so empowering. I feel so excited to share this with you that as a man, he's able to teach an audience that it's okay for men to cry. It's okay for men to feel something that, as women, we go on and on about how we want that badass guy and, we want somebody tough. But at the end of the day, when we go to bed at night, what we want to lay down next to is a man who can relate, who is emotional, who's able to sit in our pain as a woman, who's able to sit in how we feel and not be afraid and not run from our emotions or not shut down our emotions. So although there are so many men, who think the expectation is to be tough, to be macho, that's really not the heart of it. And let me tell you where the problem is. I don't believe the problem is with the men. I don't. There's a fair amount of men that just don't know how to express emotion because they weren't taught, because society has taught men to be the rock, to be strong, to not express the emotion, that they're wimps if they do. And that's not the case. The fact is, it's the women. It's the women that created such an issue for men to express their feelings. I am sure there's going to be women going through the roof on this one, saying, are you out of your mind? But how many times do we see men express emotion or appear to be weak and our stomachs turn, or we judge, or we think, what a wimp? But the truth is, that's just not real. Women, whenever you are at the core of who you are, and whenever you are that really transparent, you want that man to be able to validate your emotions. And a man who is out of touch with his own emotions can't validate yours. They don't matter because he can't express his own. So women, I'm all over the place because I'm so excited about this podcast I did and about just sitting in the space of a man that experienced depression because of the oppression of his own emotions with the expectations of society and the estranged relationships with his parents. And he taught me something that I'd already known, but now I feel it. how important it is for women to teach men that it's okay to express the emotion, that it's okay to be real, because we need you to be real to have a healthy relationship. We need you to sit in our tears and not run from them whenever when we're upset and hurting. So what I'm learning through this experience is I am on fire about podcasts. I cannot wait to meet the next person, to raise them up, to teach them value, to allow them to teach others how to feel valued through this method of podcast. And to just sit in that space and hear about them. I'm meeting people all over the globe, just learning about times when they were suicidal and how they managed to work through those dark thoughts of suicide, to the rejection of their very own parents who want nothing to do with them. And they rejected them as a child. And here they are in their 50s and have never felt the love of a parent. How painful that is. The courage that they sit in the podcast of Unsung Heroes Live that I'm hosting, that each person is willing to share their story, their journey of pain, and now how they're living the beauty of life. I have a young woman who I interviewed last week with bipolar disorder, and she was expressing how there's so many myths around someone who's bipolar. How often do people speak out about bipolar disorder? Rare. We're seeing our celebrities do it. And for the first time, there is this opening around mental health. Just as services are so limited, people are becoming more open. And I have the privilege, I am humbled to be able to be interviewing people like you who have struggled with anxiety, depression, like you being willing to open your hearts and be vulnerable and transparent for the benefit of somebody else, to teach value to somebody else. I am over the moon excited. I cannot wait to share on-call counseling with you. I can't wait because some of you that are viewing this, I'm interviewing you for the podcast. Some of you that are watching this, you're on my calendar as an unsung hero. What did you do so great? You woke, your feet hit the ground, and you are loving each person that you see, whether that's with a smile or giving back in greater ways. Whatever it is, you have value. So tell me, what do you do day to day that brings this amazing energy that I'm feeling? What do you do every day to give people value, to teach someone that they are priceless? Those who know me really well, I'll say things like, I am so over people, or I am so introverted and I can't be around people anymore. But the truth is, some days I need to rejuvenate and I need to just go away from myself and just sit in the quiet. But the fact is, I love you. I love your space. I love hearing about your darkest moments, your deepest fears. I love knowing that you came from a place of ash and rose to be strong and beautiful and shining, giving back. I have done 22 podcasts. My goal is 52 in 3 weeks so that I can launch this. And let me tell you, every single person, when I ask them, how do you cultivate your passion? How do you cultivate your purpose? How did you heal from depression, anxiety, suicidal thoughts? Every single person says, when I chose to give back, the moment I started serving others and giving back, I began to heal. Do you know why that is? Does that make sense to you? How is giving back healing? It's simple. When we give back, we teach someone else value. And when we teach somebody else that they are valuable, it is a mirror reflection of our own value. We feel valuable. So when we feel valuable, we begin to grab life and not let go, and we reach for our goals and we don't stop. It is that exchange of giving to one another that feeds our soul, our purpose, and our passion so that we can achieve what we're looking for. So I am so pleased to see everybody on here, and I love everybody. Let me ask you, what has been your life struggle? What's been your darkness? I'll be transparent with you. Finances drive me crazy. I can't budget to save my life. It's overwhelming. It's my trigger for sadness. It's my trigger for anxiety. See, we all have the skeletons in our closet. What are yours? Are you willing to talk about it? Are you willing to be vulnerable? Because see, your life story, when you share it, it's cathartic. When you share it, you change lives. You give back. There is strength and purpose in your story. You have been created beautifully. Do not ever believe any different. When you're doubting that, reach out. Reach out to me. But more importantly, reach out and give back. So, as I am so excited to share On-Call Counseling and the services that you will get to receive, what do you find value in? How do you give back? I'm going to choose to give back using my strengths. Can't lie, I've struggled financially, struggled wrapping my head around that budget thing. I struggled figuring out what my purpose is, what my passion is, running from it, chasing the almighty dollar, only to learn that it doesn't resonate and I'm empty and I'm searching yet again. Instead, I tap into my strengths. What are your strengths? I tap into how I was created. And I realize that what I do best is teach you value, teach you that you matter, that no matter what you do, no matter where you came from, no matter your economic status or the transgressions you have committed, you are beautiful. You were loved and you were never alone. Take that first step of healing. Take that first step of giving value to someone else through your gift of your strengths. Thank you for listening. I've been ranting some, but I am so in love with you. I am so in love with you and your story. If you're willing to share your story, please send me a message. We'll put you on the calendar. Every story has value. Every story. Your story has value, and